Hey, this is Oscar the Lawyer. You're listening to the Lancescurv Show.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out.
Yes, it's a war, all right. And I have to send out that song to those who have requested it. Please send me an email at lance@lancescurv.com. Lance@lancescurv.com. I want to welcome everybody. This is another double up day. Guada 9, welcome, brother. We have 18 other people watching. I'm just so glad to be here. Listen, I love my people. I'm going to get right into it. And this is not going to be long. I love my people, but I can't help but send a little correction their way. I can't help but get up on their ass a little way. Guada 9, Kevin Clark in the house. Yes, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to focus on this little rant that I have here. Hit the pot and get on out. I might do 3 today. Who knows? But like I said, it's too much. It's 2023, y'all. What is wrong with us? Last night I did a program that many liked. Tiffany Miller, welcome. That are most black families mentally sick. We've come to the agreement that over 90% are sick. I'm not just going to say they're sick all alone. We know what happened to us in our journey into the Americas, for those who came here and for those who are already here. And for those who were already here, who want to separate themselves from the African experience, I say the whole planet is Africa. We traveled all over. It's only relegated that American Africans are from Africa because there's so many other people trying to push us out of existence. We don't understand how they're rewriting our history, deleting and writing us out of history. We have Ron DeSantis, who is basically saying that anything woke, which I hate to say that word. I like to say awakened, right? But anything woke will meet its death in Florida. And you know, if you have somebody like that who's a governor who becomes a president, you know what's going to happen, because that's what a lot of people want anyway. Many of us want that. Many of us want to be revised and written out of history and redone over and morphed into something that we're not. So many of us have spent years chasing a system or in a system, believing in a system, being good little Negroes, only to find that you're still struggling after so many years. I mean, you go to work 40 to 50 hours a week, if not more. You make that money. You pay most of it out in taxes. You purchase a home that you work for. And at the end of the day, if you don't pay the taxes, they can still take it from you. You buy this car that you're proud of, but only takes you to work so you can make more money. And if you don't pay that, that gets repossessed. And then you get older and you get a pension check that's taxed. And you really can't afford to live like you used to because of rising inflation. So now you're under the gun. Then you die and your family can't get that pension, only a wife, possibly. And how long is that going to last? Is that what we're here for? And since we have that against us so much, right? I mean, why do we act so stupid and foolish? Because our unity is the antidote to what we're going through, but we can't see that. We are rank fools. Now, I'm not saying all my black sisters are depicted in this particular banner, but I'm focused on those and the men who are like that also. I didn't mean to. I only have so much space on this banner. And you see over my shoulder that thing that we had to wear the mask for. And I said, we are our own pandemic. Because when you look at it, we know the people in the system who operate against us, they kill us off. But we're killing our own self off. And I'm not saying anything about black on black crime. That's a fallacy. You kill where you live. Don't get it twisted. They just don't say white on white crime, which is the majority of the crime in America. But when I say we're killing ourselves off, we're killing ourselves off with the food we eat. We're killing ourselves off with the alcohol we drink. We're killing ourselves off with the unprotected sex with strangers that we just gamble with our lives on. We're killing ourselves off with this TikTok and YouTube shorts and people shaking their ass and sexualizing our children. Go get it, girl. Go get it. Go get it. Oh, boy, she going to be something else. She going to be a little hood rat with 10 babies and 15 baby daddies. You add that up. How does that work? So we are our own pandemic. Why aren't other people in our shape? Yes, there are people like the Native Americans who have suffered the same way we have. And look how their community is. And nobody cares about them. They just send them a little check. And what do? They get their check, beat their wives, and drink the alcohol. Not all, but too many. And why are our daughters coming out like this? Anytime you see on social media, the majority of the time, at least 2/3 of the time, you see spontaneously a picture being taken. Okay, here come the tongue and here come the middle fingers, right? And in this picture on the right that I cut off, there was a middle finger, but it was too wide for me to put it. I wanted to put other people. And the one in the middle, she's not a spring chicken. Is that all she has to offer? Her titties hanging out and a necklace that says Barbie and lips that are highly glossed let you know what kind of pleasure she can bring. And a pink wig. We have become the sideshow of the world. Nobody made us put ourselves out there like that. We put ourselves out there like that. We are to blame. Now, we're not to blame for everything, right? But we are to blame for the things that we can have control over. And we just give it up like that. And we give ammunition to the enemy to put our images all over. And we put our images all over. They provide the platform. And races all over the world, countries all over the world, different cultures all over the world look at us as though we're the worst. Here in Ghana, basically, they look at us as we're the worst. They got their own trips too, their head trips. But what we have to understand is that even here and anywhere in the motherland, they basically look at things on a nationalistic level. Oh, you're Nigerian. Oh, you're from Liberia. Oh, you're from Tanzania. Oh, you're from Kenya. Oh, you're from Ghana. Oh, you're from Benin. Most are black, as you have others who live here, who are living here and living quite well. But we here, and I can't include myself in that because I wasn't born here, but those who are here, they don't look at it like, oh, yeah, you're my black brother. Some will say that. And when you hear that coming from one of them here, it might be something coming your way. They want to side with you and make you feel as though they understand your plight before they try to get some money out of you. Not everybody, but too many. You know, we speak real on this channel. But when you see a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, they don't say, oh, we're two black brothers who live down the road from each other. Because it's so quick to get on a plane from here to Nigeria. It's very quick. It's not a 10-hour flight. Look on the map. We're very close. I hope to travel there very soon before the year is out. I got things over there to do. Even Kenya, while we can travel, right? Because the internet reaches far and wide. And although in America, I may not have gotten any notoriety from the work that I've done, especially with the artwork and other things, I'm appreciated out here and I love it. See? So that's why I'm going to stay here. But they look at things on a nationalistic level. And when it comes time for them to have differences, oh, you Nigerian this, oh, you Ghanaian this. And it's sick. Who carved the lines out in the motherland? Who carved the lines out and made the division, made the borders? Why does our mind have to have borders? We in America, our minds have borders on each other. We're the most sliced and diced people on the planet. And I always say this, and I will always continue to say this, that some may look, I'm lighter skinned than you, and you're darker than me. Hence, you are less than me. Oh, I'm a member of this secret society and I know the handshake. You're not a traveling man or woman. I'm better than you because I have more opportunities because of these groups that I'm in. Oh, I'm from the north and you're from the south, you little country bumpkin. I'm better than you. Oh, you city slicksters think you all that, but bullets work down here too. I heard that a lot in Florida, but it wasn't directed at me. So me getting around in crucial areas and learning the psychology and the psyche of the people has taught me so much as far as experience is concerned. But we're all getting funneled down to that ultimate toilet bowl and flushed out of existence as time goes on, and it's moving fast. Because you see, your oppressor knows that his time is up. We know that. But he wants to drag you down with him, and he's doing a very good job. Didn't Minister Farrakhan say a nation can rise no higher than the state of its woman? Well, that's kind of sort of why I put the pictures of the women here, right? What is this? Tattoos on the face and on the neck? What kind of foolishness is this? I mean, only if you're so well off that you don't have to work for the rest of your life in the next few generations. But why would you want to do that? What is so cool about that? Where is your parents to not make you do that when you did that? What do you think you're accomplishing? We do all of these stupid fad statements that don't fit in with the ascension of our people in the world. We should give them no excuse. Yeah, you can be an entrepreneur. Yeah, you can be successful and do whatever you want to do. But I think not for the majority of us. At some point, you got to take your ass down somewhere and be on somebody's job until you can get on your feet to do your own thing. But why would you sabotage yourself like that? Do you think it looks cute? Dudes ain't gonna worry about it because the way you have your lips hanging out and that tongue hanging out, you know what they want. Once they get it and splatter that tattoo all over the face, they gone, right? This one here, Barbie. Look, that speaks for itself. Got her eyes covered up, breasts hanging out, smiling. You accomplished something now, didn't you? And look at this one here with the two middle fingers up and her tongue out too. Why the anger? Why the desire to insult or label yourself? I'm not saying you have to be a good nigger in front of these people and tap dance. I'm not saying it has nothing to do with them. It has a lot to do with your integrity. It has a lot to do with how you carry yourself. So therefore, you don't really care about yourself and how you feel about yourself, even before being viewed by others. Because a lot of them will tell you straight, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn about people. I do what I want to do. I'm getting my Joe Biden check. And when he takes it away with your tattooed face and neck, what you gonna do? Oh, Lancescurv, I know you can help me even though you in Ghana, but could you put the word out so I can get a job? You had enough jobs going on, but it didn't pay you. And if it did, the money's fleeting, blowing, blow jobs. It just irks me. Every turn, and I'm being judged by all this foolishness, by this mess. And you shouldn't have to be. But they take the lowest common denominator and judge us all by that. And so we need to get down on our own. We need to push ourselves away from this mess. I am not going to support this kind of stuff, this kind of behavior. We can have fun and do our shows and talk a little crazy and whatnot on an adult level, but out in the street, this kind of thing, no, I don't defend that. That's not part of me. That's not where we are supposed to be. That's not why Malcolm X died. And to a degree, Martin Luther King Jr., which you know I'm a Malcolm X man, but let's just be real. Is that what Marcus Garvey wanted to bring over to the motherland? Something like this? This is beyond looking like a whore, an available whore. The first thing you can do is lick out your lips. Have your titties hanging out. Your titties and your ass is supposed to be for your man. And if you don't have a man, you keep it covered up. And if you open yourself up to be seen out in public by men, you are not going to get a husband. And they're not going to want you for a wife. They're going to want you to shoot a load up in you and run. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. Who's subsidizing these people? But we know how they make it easy for us to put ourselves out there like that on Facebook. We think we're doing something. Got the duck lips, taking that photo in the bathroom, one butt cheek up on the sink, arch back, elbow down to hide the wide waist. and all the makeup in the world, and you got old dirty diapers in the background. What kind of man would want something like that? And then so many of these types of women that are angry, that they've been used and abused and dumped. Black man ain't no good. Well, it's the kind of black man you attract, and the kind of black man that you've allowed to come in your life and to come inside of you. Let's just be real. And now you mad. You scrambling for money. Even the checks ain't enough. And you mad because certain dudes don't want to be bothered with you. And dudes, men, males, not men, those who are under that category, because we do have a lot of good black men and women out here, and I take my hat off to them. This is not for them. But you know you're going to get at least a weekly spanking from me. You men who are just hedonistic, pleasure-seeking, like a heat-seeking missile, but it's a pleasure-seeking, hedonistic, vagina and mouth-seeking missile. And you want to get as much as you can and ain't got nothing but lint in your pocket. Can't take care of nothing. We're men. We like these pleasures. I love that kind of pleasure. But I was taught you had to earn it. Even in my wayward days, I understood that there's going to come a time when you're going to have to settle down and you're going to have to earn that pleasure. And it's not paying for pussy. You have to earn it by taking care of that woman. In her nature, there's a need to be secured. And when I say that, sometimes when we get mad, well, I ain't got no need to be secured. I don't need no man. It's in your nature to be secured. It's just unfortunate that you've had to do it for yourself. But that doesn't negate the nature of a good man. But see, even when you get with a good man, some of our sisters are so messed up. It's like, well, I got to make sure I'm going to get me a job too. And the home is wide open. And now you get a job and now you have to spend more money at the daycare center than you do or make on the job. Maybe not, but it takes a good chunk. And here you are at 4:45 rushing to the daycare center. Because if you're 10 minutes late, you're going to have to pay a big fee. See, there's an artificial alternative to our living against the natural. And we've chosen the artificial. Most of us have fallen into the artificial without realizing it. And when we see a simple village out in Africa, somewhere out, because see, I'm in the city right here. And I still see a lot of natural things, even when I go up in the mountains, which is not too far from the city. But when you go and you drive out hundreds of miles between the big cities, when you see the real villages. And see, I knocked this woman in the middle picture on a banner for her boobies hanging out. It's not illegal, but come on now. You know, we know what you're trying to do. But when I've gone to the different villages, not all of them, but because there's so many vast places, I've seen places where women walk around with their breasts out. And ain't no man ogling them because the titties in Africa have not been sexualized. It's a purpose for them. It's to feed the children. Oh, they're nice to look at. They're beautiful. It's a part of a woman. But it's been sexualized in America, and many men come here with that mentality. Damn, man, I got to get up in one of them villages, man. Them girls walk around, their titties out. But you can't approach them that way. You can't ridicule them that way. There's a purpose. What's the purpose in America when a woman's walking her breasts out? And these men who are damn dogs who run after that. But if you let a dog between your legs, you're going to end up with puppies. And where the dog going to be? Dog ain't going to hang around. Dog don't even know, don't even remember when he put them up in you. And that's the way it's emulated in America, because as men, that's how we're influenced by the system to keep the system going. They don't want a strong man full of wisdom commandeering that ship. I said ship, not shit. I said ship. When a man around, it won't be shit. It'll be a ship. And he and his wife, his woman, decides a direction, but she knows that he got it because she chose a good captain of the ship. So she don't have to worry about that. She don't have to worry about where the food's going to come from. She don't have to worry about where the bills or how the bills are going to get paid. She can focus on the children. But we traded that off because we want to have that big house that's never ours, or that ever depreciating vehicle that we have to keep maintaining. And we look at the simple life of some of the poorer villages, I mean, say, well, that's below me. But there's a spiritual bond that comes from being around your family 24/7. There's a spiritual bond when you see your father around as a man and as a child, a young girl. It's a vibration that's transferred 24/7. These days we work so much, and these days we have so much to do out of our house. Mind you, I didn't say home. How many black people out here in these poor communities have a home? It's just a house or an apartment, because we're so busy that we only have time to go home to visit. We are visiting home, if it is a home. We are visiting house. We run into each other 3 o'clock in the morning at the bathroom. Oh, you in there? How long you gonna be? Oh, I'll go use the bathroom upstairs. It's Wednesday night, and you talk, well, I'll see you on Saturday, because your schedules are all twisted up. And that's by design. When you're new on a job and it's a 24-hour operation, you're going to get the night shift. You ain't going to be home in the evening to spend time around the table with your children so they can bond with you. No, you give them a phone. And we brag about the phones we give the children. Oh, I got the latest iPhone for my child. I care for my child. I only want the best. But then that's babysitting them. And you wonder why they got so much stuff in their head that you should have taught them otherwise, to live in the natural system. But niggers love red, shiny things. So we like the gloss of that commercial. And we talk to each other. Yes, I got the new this. And yes, I got the new that. And your children are following through the same way. And the world of that is waiting for them. And you cross your fingers and hope to God. I hope to God that everything turns out for them just right. Why are you hoping that? If you were in a real society, you wouldn't have to worry about that. If you were in a real melanated, high vibrational, high moral value community, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Your little children that are on the bus, you're going to wonder if that aide on the bus, that one who doesn't drive the bus, but the one who looks over the kids, is going to start touching your kids. But that's least of the worries now. You got transsexuals and trannies teaching them it's okay to have gay sex. They don't even know what sex is. You don't talk to no children like that. But we defend this filthy place called America, the West. It's the highest. No, it's not. It's like Rome. It's going to fall. And look how fast it's fallen. Well, look how fast it's fallen. The memories that we have, yes, it's fine between the little communities that we had, but that's not the whole place. That's like building a foundation of a skyscraper on sand. It's an unstable foundation. When it rains, it may move the sand around, and that big structure that you're trying to build is going to fall. Isn't that something? But we have to be so materialistic. We don't think of ourselves as wealthy in the subsequent generations that come. We got to have it now and brag about it. And then when we die, people around fighting for them little trinkets that are already outdated. And then you got to start all over again, generation after generation after generation, because you were seduced. And this pandemic that we so-called, that test of a pandemic, I won't say too much because they looking at me. I ain't scared of them, but we were playing the game. If a boxer's in front of me and I'm boxing, I'm gonna let you hit me? No, I'm gonna slip and slide and make you miss. And I'm gonna deliver my blows. So I'm delivering mine now. We are our own pandemic. We need to slap on condoms and put on masks around each other, as diseased as we are physically, mentally, and spiritually. Oh, and don't talk about the spiritual diseases. You see, we see women out in the street as men that are drop dead gorgeous. And we say, wow. And for a split second, we start looking at them like, I wonder how that would, not even just to be with them sexually. I wonder what it would be like if they were my wife and she was home with me and cuddling up with me and cooking my food and having my children. In a split second, a lot of men think this, as they should. But a lot of them think that because they see your ass hanging out. So they're doing it from the end to the front. From the front, it should be all the righteous thoughts. Let me find out how intelligent she is. Let me find out her spiritual level, if it's on a higher level, higher vibration. Those are the things that should attract us first. We know what she has hidden below that dress. But we look at that other end first and count back and end up with some chick with a nice ass giving you hell, cursing you out, cheating on you, spending up your money. Bills ain't paid. Baby's hungry. Baby's diaper's not changed. She'd rather hang out with her girlfriends, and she took the bill money and got a big weave for what? To attract somebody else to lay up with when you're gone. That's the consequences of going from the ass to the front to the highest mind. But when you go from the highest mind and take your time. But see, you just can't demand that in somebody and you not be that. If you want it, you got to be it. Even on the lowest levels, you get these fat dudes with these big bellies. Hey, girl, you know your fantasy. Hey, you got the beautiful body. But you ain't bringing nothing to the pot with that big-ass gut you got, looking like you in the third trimester of pregnancy. Even on the lower levels, you better bring something to the table. But on the higher levels, you have to think from the front, from the top. And those things, other things happen later, and it's beautiful. That's when sex is beautiful, because you don't have to worry about putting on a condom. Now, if you want to hold back from having kids right away because of your financial situation, fine. But you don't have to worry about that when it's right. And you kiss her deep and you hold her tight, and you know how it goes. Those magic moments happen and ain't nothing between y'all. No love is between you, but ain't no barriers between you. You let it flow. And she knows what kind of man you are, and she opens up and allows you to come inside. And you're cheek to cheek or face to face, and you're looking at each other like, damn, this is real. You don't start out with it real like that when you don't know this person. But again, like I said, we are our own pandemic. Brothers in the street who see each other back in the day, hey, what's up, man? And you push your chin up a little, hey, what's up? What's up? It's a universal thing. Even if you don't say anything from across the room, you lock eyes. Hey, what's up, man? There was love. You pound your fist, do the funny handshakes with all the little twisted finger movements and stuff like that, and you keep moving. But now we look at each other like we're opponents. We give each other stares like it's the stare before the heavyweight championship fight. When we walk down the street, it's like we doing the ring walk. And you better not look at me too long, because I got something here that'll chop you down quick. Who's benefiting from all of this? Who's benefiting from all of us being our own pandemic, sliced and diced more than any other people? Yeah, other countries, races, and cultures have divisions, but they celebrate them joyously. And yes, there is war and tribal war and things going on all over the world, but ain't nothing like the good old US of A, where we should have no excuse to be failing like we do. We have all the technology in the world in our hand, in our phone. But look down your history and look how much memes and TikToks you looked at. That ain't changing nobody's world. Why? I can make money. Aren't you making money, Lance? To pay 2 cell phone bills, maybe. You got to have about 1 million hits on a TikTok before you make about $40. That's what they say. I don't know. So why are we putting so much interest in that when we can research things that we can learn? You can actually apply for a job or apply for a school. You can apply for a school and, depending on the circumstances, get a scholarship in some area of expertise. Don't choose certain things. Research what's going to be lucrative, because remember, AI is ready to snatch up everything else. And those who don't like you love AI. I mean, we kind of love it too when we play around with it because it's fascinating, but it's going to be used against you. And we go into careers not knowing that AI is going to take this thing away. And what you're going to do? AI is not your friend, right? But in a way, it's like a current that you can ride, that's powerful, that you can ride the current if you know how to work it to take you where you have to go. I can't wait to see what the AI world looks like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because it's coming fast. And remember, whatever they give you, they have something so much better. So they give you this thing for free online. What do you think they have? They're not going to give you the best of the best. They're not even going to let the masses know what the best of the best is. while they're setting things up. Digital currency. Y'all really don't know what's coming with that. They're going to jap slap you like a little spoiled child if you say something that they don't like on social media, and they will penalize you and hold up your money. It's crazy. It is beyond measure. Malcolm X did not know that we would be here. No matter what religion we say we follow, no matter what ideology we say we follow, he thought on a global level. He wasn't just thinking on a neighborhood level. Yes, at one time he was, but he evolved. So what happened to us? Why don't we evolve? What happened to us? What stagnated our growth? Why are we caught like flies in fly paper, stagnating, buzzing, making a lot of noise? Hip hop, y'all. Making rap, y'all. Showing our ass, y'all, getting attention. Putting ourselves as an object of pleasure. And that's not all our sisters, but it's too many. It's a whole lot out here. They step out to church, some of them, and you can pull up on them and just whisper something in the ear. If nobody's around, okay, let's do it. It's the same thing in America. I've learned that. I know that. Not all of our sisters, but too many of them. Many only see themselves as objects of pleasure. Many men only see themselves as studs. Yeah, you know, I got this thing here. You know, I'm well hung. Well, you were well hung back in the slavery days also. So I think that's something that you should be proud about when you're trying to juke a white woman. Why are you trying to put your precious seed up in her anyway? They only want your DNA for their little alien purposes anyway, being the vampires and the parasites that they are. You don't know what the hell they're doing with that. I knew of a couple white couples that would drive around and give out free blowjobs with a husband watch. I'm being real. And she spit the stuff in a jar, and they were part of satanic rituals. They were into Satanism. And they know the most potent sperm comes from a black man. And they would go around and you thinking, I'm getting over, man. Hey, man, she's doing it good. Oh, man, she swallowed. She's swallowing your soul, your essence, and using it for something against you. And she's smiling, you fool. You let me do this. This is real. Nobody talks about it. People are afraid to offend certain people. Well, you know, it's not all. Well, I'm not trying to figure out if it's all, and I don't care. It's too many of them that are on stuff against us, that remain silent. Don't look to them to fight your battles. And we should be fighting against each other. We are so sick and twisted. As soon as it looks like something is working in an organization or something, here we all going against each other. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what they say about us. Let me just see this one comment. I haven't been looking at the chat room. I'm sorry. The average man in the street is not ready for what they have, and black people in America will be waking up in a living nightmare in the next 6 to 18 months. 189, you are so right. I'm glad you see it. And it may not take 6 months. Look at how the world has changed so fast. Huh? Look at that. Master Glam says the goons in the street about to be in concentration camps if they don't get it together. You are so right. And you're right, hun. The AI has been present for 70 years. This AI being rolled out is the sentient, and by design is part of the final act. Black people won't change their thinking process, and that guarantees obsolescence. Yes, you're right. And we can say over and over, right? Okay, yeah, it won't be, but just, yeah, exactly. That time that it takes to really have full effect. But it's true. We're going to wake up in a nightmare, most of us. Even me way over here, away from America, it's going to affect me over here. So going far only delays it a little bit, but you better be tight. But I'm not going to be at the epicenter of all this foolishness. And you got to be ready to get rid of the things they gave you as far as this cell phone that you worship. I'm not saying anybody here. Well, I got the so-and-so and so. Well, it's going to be your death. You low-jacking yourself. You're already low-jacking yourself. They already know what your conversations are and what you say. That's why they can't shame me. They can't. I never had no shame anyway. I used to, when I was a teenager, early, take my clothes off for money. I ain't got no shame. Hell, as fat and out of shape as I am, you pay me enough, I'll get naked. I ain't got no shame. So they can't run that thing on me. They can't bring anything up from my past. You ain't going, look, what I'm scared of is they do some AI with some homo stuff and try to say I was that, which I never been. But if you say that, I just got to trust in all the women I've been with to say, hey, he don't get down like that. It's going to be rapid change in our lives. We have to focus on the things that count the most. If you have loved ones, try to get some sense in their head. And you're going to get a lot of rejection within your family, but understand that family is not just the ones who share your DNA, because they can treat you the worst. So you got to get over that when things get tight. Your own turning against you. But I thought we was down. I thought we was brothers and sisters here, man. We got the same mama. Look, before the heat comes, look how we go on at funerals, y'all. People not talking to each other. There's not a funeral that I've seen where there's been unity and togetherness in the transition of our loved ones, rest their souls. But there's always something comes to the surface, and the bigger the family, it seems like the worse it could be. People pulling out switchblades on each other at funerals. People fighting and rolling around in front of a casket. Sick. And other people do it. That doesn't make it right for us to do it. I don't care what these demons do. That's in their nature to be demonic like that. You're right, Brianna Nyack. Children are suffering. Children are suffering. All of this, and we're ushering another generation, unfortunately, of dysfunctional children who are used to dysfunctional things. No matter how much you cover it up on the outside, and we keep things inside the house, on molestations and power trips and alcoholism and addictions, but we have to gloss it over and look good when we walk down the aisle to pay that offering. Oh, the so-and-so family, look at them, they're so well. Oh, you all look so happy. But they ain't asking about a wife wearing sunglasses. He done busted her in the eye the night before. Too much. Open it up and deal with it. Stop running away from your dysfunctions. Deal with them, because this life is short. Just like I see the number 53 of the people who are on the show listening, 52 now. I remember when I was 53, 7 years ago, and 52, 8 years ago. I'm 60 now. I'm not waiting no more. I'm not waiting. Look, I love you all, and I'm going to work with the ones who I work with in my inner circle. But overall, I'm not looking for the kumbaya moment with black folks. That's my secret weapon. I'm not looking for the love from generally most out there. It ain't going to happen. That's not my focus. Right now, my focus on doing my work, what I have to do, put my messages out, and also live my life and be happy in that life, because I am. And one thing we got to do, we got to stop taking on dysfunctional traits and issues of people who don't give a fuck about us. Excuse my French. See what I mean? We get with people sometime and we take on their issues and bring me your poor and your tired. I ain't the damn Statue of Liberty. Listen. I apologize for the profanity, but that's the way I feel. And so many lives your life is wasted when you get with the wrong person. I'm seeing too much of that. I don't put people's business out there, but I've been told that I can say certain situations. Brother got his life together and everything, and he got with somebody. I was on the phone with him the other night. Got with somebody that had major issues in their family. The sister don't like the brother don't like the sister. The mama ain't talking to the daughter. The grandkids are screwing up, and 15 baby daddies and 10 kids and all up and down, and they on the phone racking their brains and mad at you because you don't have these issues, but you've taken on the toxicity of somebody's family. That's their shit. If you with somebody and they ain't caring about you, but they care more about that dysfunctional stuff, then detach. You have to be happy. Ain't nobody going to give it to you. It's not guaranteed. It's for no one. Nobody said in relationships, well, they're going to make me happy. No, don't wait for that. You got to make yourself happy. What does Lance like to do? I like to draw. I like to lift weights, work out a little bit. I like to ride my unicycle and bicycle. These are basic things that I like to do. It doesn't have to be, well, you're talking about drawing. You're not a kid anymore. You're talking about riding a bike. You're 60 years old. Yes. This American dream that you lied to everybody that they were going to have, that's not in existence, I'm going to live, but it's not going to be an American dream. It's a promise from the Creator. The older you get, the more joyous your days should be. If your days are not getting more and more joyous from within, not because of something external given to you, there's something mighty, mighty wrong. You need to check it out, reflect, and look within, and cut out what does not serve you. I'm not saying be cold and somebody you love, but if they're bringing you stress, then you got to check them. Like, hey, I can only take this up with so much. I'm this age now. And like I said, I'm not playing. I'm going harder between 60 and 70 than I ever did in the 22 previous years that I've done. And I've learned so much about human nature. Everybody's welcome to come on and share their thoughts and share their ideas. But at the end of the day, this is for me to carry on sincerely from the heart. We did a thing last night. We did a thing earlier. Boom, boom, easy, because this is how I live. But I'm not going to muzzle myself. I never did. But I'm going to really let it hang out. And whoever gets insulted, I don't care. I do not care. But I care about those who are ignorant and don't know they're ignorant, and you need to talk to them. If they reject it and refuse it, well, hey, I ain't nobody's preacher. I'm just telling you what's real, what I see. You may not think it's right. I'm not saying I'm right either. There are people who are on different levels that can teach you. I look forward to being taught by my elders who are not always olders. If I'm 60, my elder don't have to be 75. My elder don't have to be 82. Because there's a lot of 75-year-old and 82-year-old fools out here that fool you with their gray hair. And then you get in a real deep conversation and you realize how decadent they are. Fighting for justice and certain rights and so, and the things that have been whispered in my ear. But a lot of my elders might be in their 20s, might be in their 30s. I'm not hung up on the chronological age that you have to be, I'm older than you, so you should shut up and listen. No. If you can elevate me, it doesn't matter who the messenger is. And if you know something that I don't and you've elevated me, you have become my elder. You might be 15 years old and be my elder because you helped to elevate me. See, it doesn't usually work that way. But don't bar somebody from your consciousness to rise it up higher just because they're a little younger or have less so-called formal education. You get a degree in quotology. What do I mean by that? Well, little Negro, if you want to get this degree, you better say back the answers that I tell you. Oh, okay, master. Okay, little Negro, I'll give you this degree. And you take that degree, and most of the time we don't even know what to do with it because we don't think from within. We're not thinking. We're not truly thinking. We're not thinking, how can I take this knowledge and make my life better? Even if you never went to a school or never finished high school, how can I take what I've learned to make my life better? How can I elevate myself? That's what you should be thinking every single day when you wake up. How can I make things better for me and my family? How can I make myself better? Not just the things in their life, but myself to be a better servant for my family and my community. What can I add on to your day? What can I add on to your life? Do I want to sit around and just talk foolishness all day from sun up to sundown? No. Imagine. And that's what these things are put out to distract us. We're like tires, right? In the mud. And the person in the car got it floored. And look at the odometer. Look at the speed. We up to 95 miles an hour and ain't going nowhere. Because if you're looking at the speed and the odometer, the dashboard, you don't see where you're going, just the same way we're looking down in these phones. And our minds are going fast. 10 o'clock in the morning, we look around, it's 5:30. Like, damn, what happened to the day? The day goes quick for me, but you know what? I make sure to run hard that I don't have to look at the clock. The clock better be looking at me. Like, damn, the minute hand the clock is spinning trying to keep up with me. I make it spin fast. Because the clock ain't going to do nothing for me. It's me that have to do stuff in the day to say, you know what? I got 2 or 3 major things done in this day, and tomorrow this is what I'm going to do. I don't give a damn about the clock. I look at the sun. Oh, the sun's over there? Let's get as much done while that sun is way over there. I'm trying to get as much done before it goes on top of me, when my digestive system is at its strongest and I deserve a nice meal because I got up at the crack of dawn to do what I had to do. Symbolically, these days, until we move into the house, my hours are going to be all over the place. When I get up there, I have no choice in the peace and quiet. As soon as the sun pokes through, you up. Because when you go up there and you lay back in that fresh air, way up in the sky, that way up in the sky, air up in the mountains, it's a whole lot different than these smoggy cities. And you'll get attuned to nature. Just like when guys go upstate, like especially up in New York, they get arrested in the city and go upstate. And they do a 5-10 year bid. When they come back, they ain't chubby no more. When they come back, they look well rested, of course. Worked out, skin looking good. I'm not saying get locked up to get healthy. I'm just saying, why can't we have this discipline that is imposed on us when we are incarcerated? Why can't we do it ourselves and be out there and have our skin glowing? And have our eyes clear, not bloodshot, looking like stop signs. There are things that we have to do. Don't let them lie to you and make you think, well, if I want to do, who are you voting for? Well, I think the voting ain't going to do jack shit for you. It ain't going to do nothing. I don't even focus on that. Did Donald Trump ever come and mow my lawn? Did Donald Trump ever come to, Joe Biden ever come ring my bell and say, oh yeah, you ran out of toilet paper. I just think I should just give you, your community should do that. Look out for each other. But these white men way out there making these promises, and we show how much of a lack we have in ourselves. I got too much confidence and too much energy to be sitting around for some old senile white man to do something for me. It never worked. Did they do anything for us? Well, we're not doing anything for ourselves, and they surely ain't going to do it. If they went through with their promises, we'd be a little better off. But they don't care. Like I said, we're like that old useless tool that they don't need anymore. It was so precious when you needed it to get the task done. But it's a throwaway. And this is how black men treat their women a lot of times. They're throwaway. Oh, I got that nut, man. Shit, that was good, man. But I'm out of here. I'll go around there in 2 weeks. It's crazy to see how we're used and how we use each other, how we think low of each other. And some will hear this and go right on in the back and do the same thing. That's why, like I said, I'm through. I'm not through with my people here and the ones who are on a certain mindset, but all that other stuff, once you prove to me that you're like that, don't come back around. I'll blow you up. Once you're a pig in the mud with the gossip and running back and forth, especially when men do that, excuse my French, but that's a bitch move. See, the bitch mentality, bitch assness is not allocated to a sex. You see, before we thought, oh, we don't call no woman that. And you shouldn't. But more men, black men out here are bitchified than ever before. They worse than what they say women used to be. And a lot of our good sisters are out here doing the damn thing, and they're more of a man. I'm not saying this in any funny way to say or challenge your sexuality, but they've carried the mantle of manhood. You sitting over there jerking off looking at porn, trying to get the highest score in the game. She come home from work. Hey, baby, I got the highest score. Ain't generate a penny. What kind of mess is this? See? It's just makes me wonder, what is it going to be like as time goes by? And you know what? I hate to say this, but when you see a bully get their just due, gets beat up by some little guy and exposed as just being a bully. I have been insulted countless times over my time being online, called this, rumors with this, and lies and all. That's stupid shit. And when these trials and tribulations come for these low vibrational entities who tried to masquerade as something high level, but they're just nothing more than flotsam and jetsam, I'm going to secretly, quietly have a sick laugh when I see the panic on their face. For all the years they said that I was a quack. I don't take it personal. No. Maybe I am a little quacky. You got to be quacky to stand above the fray. When everybody else is saying one thing, you're saying something else. But go back over my old writings before I even knew what YouTube was, before YouTube came into existence. I was saying the same thing. I'm not saying I am always right. I've publicly apologized to people when I was wrong on things on these shows. But guess what? It wasn't too much. It wasn't too frequent because before I open my mouth, I'm going to research something or whatever. But I know what I see when I see it. I am what I am, and I know what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I wish the best for us. But since symbolically, I'm going to use this analogy. You never went to class. You never studied for the test. You never stayed home to read a book. You just found yourself in the streets, just running behind gossip, doing all kind of crazy things, getting intoxicated, cheating on your man, cheating on your woman, just gang banging and just all kind of crazy stuff, killing each other. And now when things are tightening up and we want to see the life you lived and how it's going to help you because you have no clue, don't think I'm going to cry. I'm not. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, ignorant Negro. The truth is, you never wanted it. You was out drinking liquor. You was out gambling. I told you what was going to happen, and now you're facing it. Doom, 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 doom. It's crazy. You know, what can I say? All I can say is that I hope for the best, and I hope those that have a modicum of sensibility can hear something like this, even if you didn't like it, even if it's not me saying it, if it's somebody else saying it. I'm not trying to be the man on the podium always saying these things. We have these mediums, so put some good stuff out that cuts to the core, that can remove some of this ignorance. If I can do a little bit or make one person see something, then fine, I did my job. I look forward to living a long and healthy life. But people talk about, well, you need to give back. I had a guy tell me that the other day out here in Ghana. Brother, I know you from America on YouTube, and you need to give back to the people. Brother, I need 50 CDs. I said, what is me giving you 50 CDs, which is the equivalent of $5? Okay. I think the rate is 10 to 1 now. What is that doing for you? Don't try to prostitute me using that, righteous talk. And if it was something for children or something, we'd rally together and build something up. But if you ain't looking for it, you want to run in there and get some liquor, how am I helping black people? Get out of my face. So I'm very lean. I give my time. I give this. I give that. I got things I'm doing. And all the help has been appreciated. But I know you have things in your life too. So let's exchange ideas. Let's encourage each other. Let's motivate each other. That is something that doesn't come through a Cash App. You never hear nobody say, oh, yo, I'm feeling kind of low, y'all. Cash App me some motivation. Cash App me some knowledge. Cash App me some instruction on how to treat my woman better with respect. Cash App me some discipline. You don't know where that money goes when you send it after some of these clowns. They talk about black power and black this and black. They take that Cash App money, PayPal money, and they go lay it with the white woman. Laughing at you. There's somebody who's been day in, day out for 2 decades and 2 years. You question. You ain't got to give me nothing. Just let me do what I do. At the end of the day, you'll realize. But at the end of the day, the overall truth that's out there that we need to be seeking, we're going to feel real stupid when we spend our time with all of this information at our fingertips and we didn't pursue it. I can't believe the level of ignorance that we still have. Many of us still have, even grown folks, that you can just Google something different every day. Just one thing. My mother used to make me get the dictionary and we'll pick 1 or 2 words that I had to repeatedly use that day. Something bigger than just the regular word. And put it into a sentence so she understood that I understood what it was. And naturally, I talk normal when I'm here, but I got a hell of an arsenal of words. and the sad part about this, they hear me talk like that. If I'm at a function or something, he's trying to talk white. You dumbasses. What were we before they even came to the planet? And we were brilliant, had kingdoms and cultures and great civilizations. What happened? You don't even realize that, and your enemy's not going to teach that to you. But we think that anything better than us or anything higher in our achievement is white. Boy, they got you duped. They got you duped. Oh yeah, we go to where the white people, we're going to move out where the white people. And guess how long it takes before they move away from your ass? Huh? And we live our lives and realize these things. You're right, Queen Common Sense. If I want to be gaslit, go back to church. That is so true. Listen, y'all, drop the link if anybody wants to come in and say something really quick. I'm going to head on out of here. We will come back later on. I love this double up mentality. I'm going to go grab a shower, get something more to eat, grab my camera. My batteries are charged. I have some footage to show you, just random stuff when I'm out there in the street. I'll get some more today. It's bright and sunny, and it's Saturday, and it's just lovely. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Friday. Feels like Saturday to me, right? Boy, if a weekday feels like the daggone weekend, that means my life is good. I don't even care what day it is. It felt like Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's what that tells me. I don't care. But yeah, I dropped the link. If you want to come in and say something, feel free. I'll give it 2 or 3 minutes for that. And we just got to be on fire the way we need to be. Thank you, Reese. Thank you so much. And again, I missed a lot of comments, and it wasn't on purpose, because like when I get, and this is nothing new. This is just something I do now. I used to always be in the comments and I couldn't get on a roll of what I had to say. I said, let me just give you pound for pound more than just, you know, a little back and forth. But yeah, I love you all in the chat room. I acknowledge you. Wow, you're at work, Tracy J. Well, listen, it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen for you, because a lot of times I would be driving that bus and I'm at the red light and folks are enjoying themselves, driving to the tourist area. And I had to sit there for 11 hours and drive them around, driving Miss Daisy compounded. And there were times when I worked in the jail and I was inside. And I said, man, there's so much going on. So now, yeah. But I'm not going to waste it going out to the beach and I'll go to the beach and enjoy myself. I'll go up in the mountains and enjoy myself when I live up there. But the bottom line is that this is my way of giving back. We have Master Glam in the house. Yes, my dear sister, talk to me.
Hey, Lance.
How are you doing, sister?
I'm great. I just wanted to say something very, very brief.
I just had to say I love you. Just like I love all my other sisters and brothers. You're here, so I'm going to tell you. But go ahead. I'll shut up.
Yes, Lance. You know I love you too. The love is deep. The love is deep.
Yes.
For my melanin family, my global Black family.
Yes.
I really want to call you guys my loved ones and not family. But
right, I understand.
Yes, I just wanted to say, first of all, I agree with everything that you said, and you are a great motivator within our community. And I hope that some people actually take the time to look deep within themselves, because you know some people in the chat seem to not be able to take accountability for some of the things that we do. You know, as Black women, you know, we have to take accountability for the things that we allow. You know, we can't say, oh, it's the Black men's fault and Black men need to take responsibility. Oh, it doesn't matter what color they are. It's the men's fault. No, women, we are the ones that allow men to enter inside of us. Our womb is a portal. And if we treat it as such, if we care about it, we won't allow just any man to enter within us. And I'm not talking about, you know, rape or, you know, anything that you don't want. If someone is assaulting you or anything like that, you know, that's not something that happens every single day with us. You know,
yes,
there are women out there, we allow certain men for whatever reason it is, whether it's that we're lonely, whether it's we don't think that we're good enough, you know, or
Yes.
whether it is that we see something in someone and you know, we see the good in them. So that's what we're drawn to, attracted to, and we think that we could fix this person. Whatever the reason is, you have to take accountability. I've
Yes.
taken accountability. I have taken accountability for my actions. And you know what I do? Every single day, I move forward and to progress, to see
Beautiful.
what it is that I can do for these children that I brought into the world, because I chose to have them. I laid down, I made them, I created them, and then not only that, I decided to give birth to them. So there's many steps that you have to take accountability for bringing children into the world. We can't
Yes.
continue to blame men. We already know who some of these dusties are. These men that don't take care of their kids, that don't truly love you. These narcissists who use you, and they see the light in you, and they think that you might be a good time, or they think that you might be a good woman. They want to hold on to you. They want to latch on to you. We already know that. But
Yes.
at the end of the day, we have to take accountability. We can't sit here and just allow things to happen to us and then we want to cry. No, you can cry because it happened to you. But are you going to sit there and you're going to die? Or are you going to get up and fix your life? It's up to us. You know, we can't be just listening to this city girl music, because these city girls, you know, they got their money. They're from Miami. You know, if you're from Miami, if you're from South Florida, you know that culture. That's all they care about. They care about money, handbags, designer this, designer that. That's what they care about. But at the end of the day, we have to live here on this plane. And then when we bring children into the world, our children have to live here on this plane. And we have to safeguard them. We have to watch what they're watching on their iPad. Don't just give them the iPad and let them go away and leave you alone. I know how it feels to want that time alone. But these children are watching things that they're not supposed to watch.
Yes.
Not only are they hearing certain things at school, but when they come home and they're on the iPad, they start saying stuff that you've never heard before. And I've been one of those moms that was like, where do you heard this from? And his father gave him a iPad. You know, I did give him a tablet before when he was younger, but it was for children only. There were certain things that I could download. He couldn't download certain things on there. I was the one that was able to download this and this and that, and I have to put the password in. But when you give them that freedom to just get the iPad, they don't need no password. I'm telling you, they're looking at everything. And if they're not looking at certain things, the music in these little TikToks, when they hearing beep this and beep that and nick this, all that, it's going into their mind. It becomes a part of their vocabulary, and it becomes a part of who they are. So it is up to us to take accountability. I'm not saying that this person is at fault, this person, no. Everybody has to take accountability. And to the women, like I always say, if you don't have children yet, you need to guard yourself. Big ups to you. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself like the queen that you believe that you are. Don't allow anybody to just give you children. And men too, don't just give your seed to just any old woman, because we already know how some of these heifers out here are. So you, just like I'm talking to the sisters, the men have to guard themselves too. Because there's a lot of women out here, they're eaters. That's what we call them. They're eaters, and they will eat you alive. So that's all I wanted to say, because I already know how some people are going to be when they see the video, they see the thumbnail, they think that, oh, he hates Black women and this and this and that. Nope. We have to take accountability. All right?
Wow. Master Glam in the house. Mic drop. I love how she says what she says, and she's like, poof, she's right out like, whoa. Like when you look up in the sky and see a comet. It's like, let me catch it. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. I just want to address this older white woman who's on the show. That's her page. Go check it out if you want to see what her face looks like. And this is what she said. You saw the comment, but I'm going to read it out so people who are not able to see the chat room can hear. How are you, Miss Lisa Frequency? Did you see my show yesterday? Listen to my show yesterday. You might not like me after that. But she says, when I see any person, I see a perfectly created child of God. It does not matter what color they are. They are people who love you because they love God. Well, what about them white Christians that went to church every Sunday down in the South? Huh? And they'd go later on after the service to their picnic, or they would go to the hangings of black people while they showed their love for God earlier in the day. What happened to that? And being the fact that you're not a spring chicken, Lisa Frequency, I'm quite sure you've heard things and seen things. And you tell them that? Did you tell them anything? No, you kept your damn mouth quiet because you didn't want to be known as a nigger lover. And this is a way of working off your guilt for keeping your mouth shut and even chuckling at some of them jokes or some of those travesties done to us. So now you're getting older and see your mortality, and now you want to tell people that look like me, when I see any person, I see a perfectly created child of God. And what I told her, go ahead and look at it, right on Rumble on Lancescurv. I said, until they move next door to you, hashtag white flight, hashtag Christianity. Get out of here. When you're a sizable age like that, the only Caucasians that don't know what's up is when you see those little pictures of two little toddlers playing with each other, one white and one black, and they're getting along just fine. This world will taint you. But at the same time, if you have a snake, young snake playing with a kitten, that snake has a nature that as it gets older, it's going to manifest. So you can't fool me and pull anything over my eyes with that. It's too late. The secret's out on you. That's why you see here in bright yellow letters, black people, we are our own pandemic. We're not looking for you to come around with your Christianity and your little sayings that we should have hope. And look, you got a bill to pay. You and your people got a huge karmic bill to pay. And these little quotes that you say on social media is not going to save your ass from it. No, because you saying it as a damn insult to me. What God do you serve when the things that have been done by your people have been executed and you sat there quiet? I went to protest way in the back with big shades and a sign, maybe, but you ain't doing nothing for us. And I don't expect it to. I'm not mad at you for not doing nothing, but don't come like you in our favor. Put your address out there, open your mouth and say something radical to them people who've been doing this stuff to us. We're concerned now with undoing what was done and doing what we need to do for ourselves. And you all hate that. We don't want to be dependent on you. You have some of us foolishly dependent, and some of us can't help it because we've been born into a situation where we have to be dependent. But the world is big. We can get some cheap land, more fertile than that toxic lace saturated with all kind of chemicals land over there in America. I don't hate the country, the land, and the soil of America. I hate the system of America because it's duped us and you use us from can't see morning to can't see night and promise us this and you get pensions and they take it away and just all of this stuff. You bend rules and move the goalposts in the judicial system. Lock us up for minor things, but the people who are doing major things who look like you, they can get a good lawyer or just get skirted out. Unscathed. That's what I'm talking about. But you trying to make your little white liberal self feel all okay. No, we don't forget. That's why I'm gonna stay on this earth as long as I can and be a thorn in your side. You might be younger than me. Y'all don't age good. And that's that guilt. When I see any person, I see a perfectly created child of God. Why don't you tell your own people that? Hypocritical people. Is that rain? Wait a second. Let me peek out this window. Yeah, it's coming down. Baby, you make my rain come down. Ooh, you make that rain come down. Nephew, thank you. Much love and appreciation for that 5-piece. Let me just flash your message here. Thank you, Mr. Scurv. This was so much needed today. Love you and Mrs. Scurv for your wisdom, Black Power. Shay, much love to you and everybody here. It's that way. My number's up. You want to call me? A lot of time I'm running around in the phone, but just let me know. Throw me WhatsApp is the best. You can call me directly from United States, but WhatsApp is the best. And I want us to keep on with our dialogues and yeah, I'll accept that, Master Glam, because I'm not a guy to sit here, Hotep, my people. Yes, back in BC, whatever, this happened with this comedic. So that's not me. I am a motivator. I'll take that. I'll get the team motivated. You all teach them the plays and what they have to do technically with the game, but I'll motivate people. That's a good one. I accept that. I accept that. There are other motivators out here too, but at least I can get the butts in the seats and bring other people too. We have Nurse Navaya sometime next week coming back, and we're going to speak on certain things. I might not have that on YouTube. I might have that embedded on Rumble on the site, since they claim to let you talk a little more, because the other shows that we did with Nurse Navaya, she had to speak in a very coded fashion. And she's been in the medical profession at the highest levels for many decades and still fine as can be. But because of the nature of her work, she cannot show her face and she cannot show her name. I mean, I know that, and I know what she looks like and all that stuff. I'm not holding back, but you have to move smart. Remember what she said, and I don't know if I can find that exact episode, but here it is. And raise your hands or say yes if you could remember that. She was on Facebook, on a private Facebook room, under a profile that did not bear her name. Listen, and I'm gonna skip after this. She was on a private Facebook page or profile. You know, you have to use your profile to get in on a room, but she was on a private room before she went into work. This before 9 in the morning, whatever time it was, 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, I don't know what time it was. I'm just telling you the general story. She was on a page that she doesn't use. Her regular personal page that has her name in her face, she was not on that. She was on the other page and on a private chat room kind of thing on Facebook, a group. But they were hitting each other with messages so fast, it was like live time. Wouldn't you believe that in a few hours, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, we're talking within 6 hours, she was called up to the highest person in admin, into the office, a person she never laid eyes on, a person she never met. Huge facility. Heard the name, but she never met them. And she sat her down and questioned her, why were you discussing medical terminology and different situations on Facebook? Because somebody beyond Facebook contacted this admin. So you think you're not being watched? Certain keywords and things we say, I know I'm watched. We did our little, spy show the other day, and I think I proved certain things. And there's a whole lot more to prove. I'm not going to overdo it, right? A big mouth like mine. I'll face the consequences, whatever it is, but I got to do what I got to do. And they can take all the videos down, but it's not going to take away the imprint from what I've left in your heart and what others have left in your heart. People who risk their lives and do what they do like irritated Genie. What little flack I get is nothing compared, and I'm still waiting on the word for when he can come on. But they found out about her being on social media on her own phone with a different profile in a private group room for people in the medical profession. And they did not like the things that she said. They let her slide, and they had a printout. That was worse. The printout was printed out hours before they called her into the office, so they were on to her. And she wasn't saying anything bad. She was saying some truthful things. So when she comes on this week, she's off this week. It may be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, whatever day. I said, listen, let's not cement it down right now. That's your time off. And you let me know at the last minute, because I can get down at the last minute. I'll rearrange things. It's not like I'm some big whatever. I don't have to go through 10 million people and all this stuff. I can have a show whenever I need to. And I want her to talk explicitly, and I want her to share these things on a medical level more than what she could when we were here on YouTube. And I want her to run that story back again, because that showed me how important it is for them to always be in our business. And with these next medical situations coming up, it's going to be worse. Get your stuff together. And like the show that my beautiful sister Oyala had with me, and we spoke about 2025. Let me not say too much, but they already have the VAC words ready for something that we don't even know is in existence, which means it's prepared for us already. But we walk around here stupid, not even thinking or even, and there's a lot of fear mongering. We have to have a filter. We have to have intelligence, because they put a lot of things on the news to just, scare us with this and scare us with that. Yeah, we understand, but it's like a feint in a boxing match when the boxer does a quick move like he's going to throw the left, but he's really going to throw the right. And we get so caught, he's going to throw a left, boom, and the right hits us. So we can't be fooled by every little feint that they throw our way in their media. Like I said, speak to people all over the world, reach out to them, ask questions, get into the blogs that are in all the news platforms that are in other parts of the world, go in the comment section, talk to people on Facebook, Instagram. I have no problem with you using social media. Yeah, we can have fun. We see some things sometime. But get in and get some knowledge and get some connections with people from all over the world, because this thing shuts down. We're not supposed to be dependent on it, but we can make a game to connect with people who think like us all over the world. Oh, I know somebody over in Ethiopia who has this, and they welcome me out. Or maybe they come in here and we can help Underground Railroad with it, y'all, on a global level. There are people who have connected through this platform, and I'm so overjoyed about that. Maybe y'all wouldn't have met each other if it was dependent on, you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. And so if this thing is snatched down, we have our connections. And if it's snatched down, you know you have family in Ghana. You know you have us in Ghana. And if something really happens bad worldwide, try me. We can all pack up. We have a little bit of space. We all can pack up and live and survive. Just help us out in the garden. You know what I mean? Everybody cook together, go in the garden together. To hell with them. We have our love and our unity, and we'll live and survive. Because I know that no matter what happens in this world, I'm going to live a life that's full, and I'm determined, regardless as to what they do, to live a wonderful life. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to go now, take a quick shower, and hit the streets with this camera, make a few little moves and stuff like that. It's been enjoyable. It was so good last night. I had to get up and get it again in the morning time. Yes, I did say that in a double way. This is a powerful feeling. It was so good last night. I had to get up in the morning and get it in the morning time. We can talk crazy and have fun, but we know it's real love and respect under it all. I'm going to run, and I just want to let you know I love you all. Peace. Much love.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 Yeah. Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes. Baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should lie on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love. I've been feeling like the motherfucking man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can daily. Baddest in the lattice in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fanny up, fanny up. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow, yeah, you know me. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should ride on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good, good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love.
Hey, this is Oscar the Lawyer. You're listening to the Lancescurv Show.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out.